Hey, what's up, everybody? It's another beautiful day, and today for me is Thursday. We're at the end of January. I can't believe 2026 is going so fast so far. But I wanted to follow up with the video I made earlier about how to start your small business and the steps to take to start your small business. Now, once you get that business started, here's 6 tips for you small business owners when you're in the beginning phase. And this even for those that have been in small business for a while. So 6 tips for small business owners. Lock down your cash flow, right? Money is everything. Your cash flow is one of the most important, if not the most important. Profit doesn't matter if cash isn't moving. You want to make sure that you have separate accounts for personal, right? Personal and business. So your business should have a checking account, a savings account. You can put away a little bit of money every month for quarterly taxes, annual taxes, new equipment, whatever the case might be. So you want to make sure that you have separate personal and business accounts. Don't combine the two. It gets a little murky, it gets a little cloudy, and then things will start to go sideways quick. Make sure you track every dollar weekly. When you're first starting off, that cash flow is important. It's the most important, like I said. You want to keep a track of what's going out and what's coming in on a weekly basis. Just have a good tracking system for those dollars that are going and coming every single week. Know your break-even number. So if your bills, your overhead, and everything costs you $2,500 a month, and you made $2,500, that's your break-even point. And sometimes in the very early stages, if you hit a break-even point for the month, you got to take that as a win. Just my opinion, but owing nothing is a win. All right. Cash flow keeps the lights on, and everything else to me would be a secondary. Okay. Cash flow keeps the lights on. You got to maintain that cash flow. You got to always be looking at it. This should be a daily, a weekly. You got to know your numbers. That is what is going to make or break you in your business is cash flow. And hopefully your business thrives and you come out the gate. I'm wishing everybody in 2026 a very successful, high profit year. So that's the first one. The second one is build simple systems. You cannot start your small business with a complicated system. You got to keep it simple for you, whatever works for you. You can watch 100 of these videos and everybody has different opinions of what you should and should not do. I would just tell you to keep your systems very simple, but you want to have a system in place. So you want to build a simple system. No fancy software, just be consistent at whatever system you choose. You know, how do you answer your calls? That should be consistent. How you quote your jobs, make sure that's consistent. How you invoice and how you get paid, make sure that is consistent, right? It's not repeatable. If it's not repeatable, it's not scalable, right? That quote I got offline, but it just made sense to me. If it's not repeatable, it's not scalable. So I don't know what the long-term future or what your long-term goals might be, but just keep it simple, right? In the Marine Corps, in the military, we have a saying, it's an acronym, KISS, keep it simple, stupid, KISS, right? Just want to keep it simple in the beginning. It'll help you. And then being consistent, right? I've had the same system in place since I started. I always do my invoices the same way. I always send payments, not payments. I always receive payments almost the same way. I answer my phone the same way. I quote my jobs the same way. I just try to keep it simple, not because I'm a crown-eating Marine, but it helps me make everything easier. That was number 2. So number 3, Market daily, even when you're busy. All right. You want to market like you're running for a political office, like you're the mayor of your town. You want to market all the time. So don't stop even when business is picking up, right? We get complacent sometimes and we're like, damn, we're doing great. I don't need to market. I don't need to do that. I'm killing it, right? But you're not going to say that if business tapers off and starts to slow down. You can't jump, right? You need to stay consistent with your marketing. Even when business is booming, continue to market like you don't have anything. Hustle as if you're eating ramen noodles every night. You don't know when your next dollar is going to come from. You want to just maintain the hustle of marketing your business in the highest and the lowest period of your times. Okay? Post behind the scenes videos. People like to see what's behind the scenes of a small business. Be consistent with it. If you start posting, keep posting. People like it, right? But you want to be consistent with posting behind the scenes content, right? Ask for reviews early and often. You do a job for somebody, explain to them that, you as a small business owner thrive when you get reviews, but you can also learn valuable lessons from reviews. Now, that could be as simple as, hey, would you do a review for us? The next job will give you 10% off, right? You don't know what that job might be, but you give them incentive and ask for reviews. Just don't be afraid to ask. All right. So reviews early and often. Build your Google My Business. Build that review profile. Higher up on the hierarchy you go in Google means you have a lot more reviews and you're being consistent over and over and over. Stay visible even on the good weeks. All right. Like I said, even when business is going great, you want to maintain that visibility and you want to maintain that hardcore hustling mentality of marketing your business no matter what. A lot of times in business, and I've been guilty of this myself, where business is booming, I tapered off a little bit. But really, I should have smashed the gas and kept accelerating on the marketing side and never letting off. I always should be marketing. You should always be marketing. Business card, telling people who you are, what you do. Maybe you have a couple signs on your vehicle. Maybe you have bandit signs, but you just don't ever want to stop. You want to have so much business that that's becoming your problem. And if you have so much business, then in a later video, but I'll just tell you now, then you can see where you're at with your prices. Maybe your price needs to go up, or you just can adjust based off of that. But always accelerating the marketing, no matter good week, bad week, exceptional weeks, right? Never stop marketing. Marketing is a habit. It's not a phase. And if you hear paper rattling, I have to make myself notes, right? I'm making notes because I want to make sure that I make these videos and everything that I've thought through, I've wrote down. Anything that I've researched, I wrote down. So tip number 4, control your expenses like a hawk. Early mistakes hide in small spending, right? Early on, you got to act like you're broke. You have nothing. Every single dollar counts. You want to control that spending. You don't want to make all these small purchases thinking that you got to keep up with the big boys, and you really don't. Build your business for you. Don't build your business based off of what you see another business doing, because what works for you might not work for me. What works for them might not work for you. All right? Avoid long-term contracts. And I'll give you an example. I thought in the beginning I should have my advertising in a magazine for a high-end area, and that contract was for 2 years. That was the biggest mistake of my life. Well, business life, right? Biggest mistake in business. 2-year contract, every single month, money's being withdrawn. It would be great if my ROI, my return on investment, was there, but I didn't get maybe 1 or 2 jobs from, 2 years of running ads in a magazine. And I should have known better, but I let myself get caught up in trying to do what somebody else was doing. And it didn't work. And I can't never get that money back. So just avoid long-term contracts. Delay nice to haves, right? It would be nice to have this or nice to have that. It would be nice to have a brand new dump truck. It would be nice to have a dump trailer, right? Avoid making the nice to have purchases. In the beginning, it's all about that dollar, and it's all about maximizing profit. It's all about setting your business up. The have tos, they will come when it's time. Reinvest your profits intentionally back into your business. Okay, you want to reinvest a portion of your dollars back into your business to continue to grow your business, to continue striving to where you want to be. And number 5, play the long game. Mental toughness wins, right? It is very hard for somebody that wants to start a business or that has started a business to understand this is a long-term play. You cannot get it all overnight. Play the long game. Some weeks will feel unstoppable. Others are going to be very brutal. Okay? You have to prepare yourself mentally for not only the highs, but the super lows. You can only hope you have more highs than lows, right? Don't quit during the slow season. Don't quit during the slow season. During the slow season for junk removal, it's mentally taxing. You don't really know what's going to happen. But if you don't prepare yourself for historical lows, then you might not make it out of that season, okay? Just keep pushing. Keep pushing forward. Find a way to get through the slow season for whatever your niche is, okay? Don't get cocky during the good season. When everything is going amazing and you can't miss and you're making a shit ton of money, right? You cannot get cocky, or another word I would like to use is complacent, right? We always have to make sure that we are preparing ourselves for the, during the good season for what could be a low season or a slow season. So just don't get cocky. Don't get complacent. Enjoy that ride. Squirrel away as much money in your savings as possible. Just always thinking of the worst case. Make sure that during that good season, you're using that as fuel for the, slow season. Keep showing up every day. When you wake up, keep showing up. You wake up in the morning, have a routine. Check your social media, post on social media, check your marketing, check out what jobs you have for that day. Don't forget to call or text your customer previous to you showing up to their house, because that might save you from driving to somebody's house. And though you made an appointment, they might have forgot, or they might have left because of emergency. Always give them a courtesy text or call prior to you leaving to show up. Might save you a few dollars on gas and a little bit of anger. So keep showing up. Wake up and show up every single day, and keep following your systems that you put in place for what works for you. Don't try to compete with the big guys or the franchises, the big girls. Don't try to compete with nobody but the person in the mirror every single day. All right? So that's my 6 tips for small business owners that are just getting started. And until the next video, good luck. I wish you much success, and I'll see y'all the next time.